All right, here we go. Check one, two, check one, two, check one, two. It says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. So, welcome, guys. What we're going to do before we get into the conversation, obviously, to my left, I have Mr. Micky Waves himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the story
Yeah,
behind City Blues,
City Blues, man.
coming out today,
Today.
in
No more
about an
waiting.
hour.
In about an hour, live
In
everywhere.
about an hour,
Already
it's
on.
going to
It's
be out.
already on iTunes and Apple Music right now. That came out a little early. You know how iTunes be wanting to be special. You know
Yeah.
how Apple is, but everywhere, all digital platforms at 2 o'clock, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Indeed. So before we get deep into it, though, bruh, I wanted to. Why don't you go ahead? You and 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 your lady, what's Latoya, right?
Yeah,
Hey, make sure you guys check, and if you guys need to share it to anybody, please make sure you guys go ahead and get that out the way. We're gonna do the same thing, guys, and then we're gonna jump into it. Because we got some things that we need to discuss. Preferably the album, and I really want to touch on. Obviously, I really want to touch on Survive and how major it was for me when I seen it, and just the whole um, storyline behind it. So we're gonna get into that in 1 second. Just want to make sure it's shared to all our platforms real quick, and then we'll get rolling. Um, so how y'all feeling though over there? How you feeling today, bro? How you feeling?
man. I'm great, man. I'm blessed. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Anxious. I mean, I can give you a million emotions that's going on right now, but
yeah,
first and foremost, I'm here.
yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
for sure.
here, and can't get no better than that.
Yeah,
Can't get no better than that.
none of that. Hey, for anyone else anybody that's watching, unfortunately, Chuck has something that he had to do this morning, and so he is not going to be with us today. Yeah, we gonna make it happen either way. If we have a special guest that should be coming through, but we will see how that works out. Uh, we're just gonna keep it rolling. It's 10 o'clock. We said 10 o'clock, so hey, we on and we into the combo. So let's
Yeah,
make it.
we here. We here. You ready, man? Are you ready for this?
Am I? I
Are
stay
you
ready.
ready for this?
I stay ready. I woke up, so I'm ready. I wake up ready.
All right, man. I know. The reason I'm excited, man, because this is the first podcast since the album's coming out. This is the first time you really getting a chance to talk about it. So
Yeah.
you getting the first of the first, man. You getting the first of the first. So
Well, before we get into it though, let me just explain, guys, how this all transpired. I had a really good friend of mine named Anthony Andersek that was supposed to be going this week. He was supposed to be going this Friday, but I think it was Saturday, I was scrolling on Facebook and I seen this video. And when I seen the video, I just seen the because you just had your picture with the blood on your shirt, and I was just like,
yeah,
"What is this?" Like, I really wanted to find out what was going on with it, and so I went ahead and hit play, and I watched the video, and immediately, I was I was very impressed by
thank
the
you.
video. I mean, it was hands down. It hits you in the gut. It's like, real life. It's a real life story for me because I've lost so many people to guns and violence and things of that nature that it hit home like no other. And so I was like, yo, who is Micky Waves?
Thank you, man.
I'm like,
I'm just
who?
happy I was able to do something, and it was able to get people to have a feeling that I wanted them to feel. So everything, it's a blessing to even hear you say that, because
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
that that's exactly what I was going for. So
powerful, powerful, brother. Like,
thank you.
you know, uh, what we might as well just let's just jump into it. What's the storyline behind the song, man?
Well, first of all, one of the things that I say in the hook of the song is the hook goes, "Will I survive?" and it repeats, and I don't think people really had a chance to sit and really think about that. Like, will you survive? And that's one of the questions that we got to ask ourselves, especially as Black men and Black people every day. Will I survive? Regardless if it's about our job, regardless if it's about our situations, regardless if it's about in life in general, will we survive? So every day is a battle for us. So I just wanted to take that and interpret that in the most deep way that I could, which is death, which is one of the another biggest problems that we have is gun violence in our community.
Mm.
So I really wanted to portray that and really wanted to touch on that, especially around such a potent month like Black History Month. I really wanted to tell that story, and we like a lot of us, we've always all experienced death at one point in time
Yeah.
with somebody. So what I really wanted to do is take people to the place where, imagine if you had your last breath. Imagine you was getting ready to take your last breath, and you was getting ready to leave this earth. What all goes through your mind in those moments? It's really hard to kind of go there and think about that without really being there. So I just kind of wanted to put my mind there for a second and really try to visualize and really try to take it in. Like, how would I feel if I was going through my last moments, and what would be going through my mind?
Hmm.
And I learned a lot about myself when I asked myself that question.
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't think any of us will do, because I know it's so hard to kind of fathom. But what I want people to take away from that, the purpose of doing that is not that I want people to necessarily focus on how will you feel if you were dying. That's the start of it. But in
Mhm.
turn, I want people to kind of focus on the things that's most important to them. So instead of thinking about what you would think about if you were dying, just take for a moment, think about the most important things to you. And death is the reason that caused you to think about those most important things. So
Yeah.
think about those most important things, and now take the time to breathe life into those things. Take the time to, if it's people that you're thinking about in those last moments, instead of waiting till you're on that deathbed, take the time now to call those people, or reach out to those people, or spend time and breathe love and life into everything you got going on, and not waiting to that last minute, because life is precious and we don't have that. We don't have that all the time. So
Yeah.
I really want to put people in that mind state.
Yeah, that's that. I definitely feel what you're saying, because we as people, we do kind of uh, fail to and I can only speak for my relationship with my family and people that are close to me. I sometimes, wake up in the morning and walk out the door and not even say hi or bye or I love you to my loved one. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we forget that we may not have that opportunity
Yeah,
be in that light with that particular person again. So it's important to make sure we take advantage of the time that
definitely.
we have. You
And
know.
one of the things about it, like I learned a lot about, like I said, I learned a lot about myself in making that song, because if you think, when you at the end of the video, while I'm first of all, I reveal a lot of personal things in that song as well. I struggled with my faith for a long time, and I know I get deeper into it in the album. I have a record where I kind of get a little deeper into it, but I was struggling with my faith for a long time. So that's why in the song I'm going through this, and it's like, now my first thought is to have a conversation with God, but
Yeah.
I'm conflicted because me and God haven't talked and spoken in so long.
Yeah.
So I'm already battling the feeling as I'm dying. I'm battling the feeling on, is this okay for me to talk to God? I don't want to feel like I'm calling him only when I feel like I need him, because I haven't talked to him when I was in the street last week, or I wasn't talking to him when I was running around last year. So it's like, now you want to call the guy, you know what I mean? So I really had to have that conversation and feel that conflict right there. Then as I start to have the conversation, I swallow my pride. It's like, okay, we're gonna do it anyway. When we start getting into the conversation, as I'm asking God for all of this stuff, one thing I found out is not one time did I ask for anything for myself. So it's also the act of selflessness as well. Not once did I ask God to save me. Not once did I ask him to take away my pain. But what I did was ask him to touch the people that mean the most to me, and let what I felt in my heart, make sure that they get and continue to receive throughout their life as well. So I think those was the most important to me. So that's why I started talking about my daughters, and uh, I lost my mom and I lost my brother, so which was the two biggest inspirations for not just the song but the whole album.
Yeah.
So to kind of have them conversations with both of them, and to that's what I found out was most important to me, that my mom was proud of me, that she knew that I did my best, and she knew that I loved her, and she knew that I'm gonna continue being the best man that she raised me to be. I wanted my brother to know that he inspired me. And the reason why this song is so important, because, and that's why I want people to focus on those important things and those important people now, because my mom and my brother isn't here anymore.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it's a lot of things that I wish I would have told them that I didn't get a chance to. So in turn, I'm asking you to think about death, but what I'm really doing in caveat to that is asking you to think about life, and,
Yeah.
and what's most important to you, and focus on doing that now. So that's the bigger picture I wanted people to get from Survive. And the only way really to survive is to breathe life and love into those things, because it's what makes you you. So that's how you survive. So the whole time you're asking, will I survive? I'm telling you how you're going to at the same time. You got to be ready to listen for it, you know?
Yeah, man. That was that was a set sermon right there, man. Preach. Preach.
It gets deeper, man. It gets deeper.
Took us there. Real quick, everybody, anybody that's watching, make sure you guys share this, man. This is live. This is
It's
real.
live, baby.
Yeah,
We
no,
here.
let's go. We want everybody to be involved in this. This is a celebration. This is a celebration of not only life, like he said, but the album and our family, our friends, and people that have got us to where we are today. So let's go ahead and celebrate it by sharing it with everybody else. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, brother, I mean, we talked a lot about this video, but
Yeah.
what's how do you feel about us going ahead and sharing it with the people and letting them see it? You good with that?
Man, I would be honored if everybody gets to see it, man. Here it is, man. Come on, man. Let them know what we're talking about, man. I can't wait. I
All
can't
right,
wait.
so guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and play this video for you guys. Obviously, for those young kids that are out there, parental advisory suggested. There's a couple views in there that are a little graphic, but hey, it's real.
Yeah,
It's
and
real life.
before we get into it, all I ask is for anybody that's watching is to really watch with your heart, uh, watch with your soul, and most importantly, learn something. Take anything away from it that you want, but take away something, because it's important that you get this message. And even if you don't need it, somebody may. It's a lot of us in our community is going through so much. And this is not a music plug. This is just a real life. I can care less about all that other stuff. My thing is to, if I can be something to uplift our community and talk about what's really going on, I didn't want to be a part of it at all. So most importantly, I just hope you guys learn something from this and take something away from it and allow yourself to feel this time. So
All
here he
right,
is.
guys. Sounds good. So, without further ado, this is Survive featuring Latoya, his missus. Uh, Out now, guys, on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and play it. So, let's get into it. Or keep playing. What's going on there?
Oh, he's out. But I'll never hear a voice or see a smile at me. And sadly, she would have to go and face this world without me. Damn, I'll never feel her first breath. And I'll never see her first step. Could tell your mom I remember we first met. Told her I wouldn't leave, that's a promise I haven't kept. Will I survive? I'm out dehydrated, I'm feeling cold. Pulse is slow and biggest fear was dying alone. Wasn't ready to leave, but if it's time to go. And I haven't prayed in years, guess I'll give it a go. Dear God, I'm coming to you in my time of need. Ironically, what I want is not even for me. I pray my big sister learns how to love again. Cause she was hurt and taken advantage of by several men. I pray my baby girl know that she's a queen. And when it comes to family, nothing ever comes between. I pray my mother knows that she raised me right. I pray that my brother knows he the reason I fight. Amen. I don't argue with the cards I was dealt, but this is my last plea, no more begging for help. And as my soul leaves, I'm just asking myself, I wonder if this is how Trayvon felt. Will I survive? Hold on, I understand the pain. Something's gotta give, gotta give, gotta give, gotta give. Will I survive?
Powerful, man.
Wow.
I mean, real quick. Let me stop the
Woo.
feed before we jump into another song, because knowing me, we have another song going, and you'd be like,
I
"What
know,
the
right?
what's that sound?" Anyway,
Right.
we back on, man. Again, I'm very impressed by that vid. It definitely hits home, especially since, like I said before, I've lost lots of friends to, gun
But
violence.
well, you know what? I never got a chance to do this now since we're on live, and I got somebody now. We just watched the videos, first podcast. I want to do it now, man. So I always wanted to do this after somebody heard the song. So this is what I want you to do. It's gonna only take 10 seconds. All right, you got me?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what I want you to do. Close your eyes. All
All
right. Think about some of the most. Give me three. Think about three of the most important things to you, or that you would want to just think about some of the most important things that you would think about if you were taking your last moments. And take 10 seconds to think about it. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, boom. All right. What are those three things?
I mean, I can't even say three, because behind you, those is my kids. That's the first thing that I think about when I think about my last breath, is not being there for them. You know what I'm saying? Because, as a father, I never had a father really there for me.
Mm,
So I pride myself on trying to be the best version of me that I can be, 10 times better than my dad ever was. And so,
great.
I mean, I got five reasons, to I can't
Perfect.
give you three. I got to give you five. Unfortunately, that's what it
All
is.
right, and perfect, perfect. And how much life do you breathe into your children every day?
I mean, every day is. I was on the phone with my daughter last night, because my daughter, my 12-year-old, this one right here, that's Sierra. She's actually playing, football with the boys, and this is her first time ever doing it. And I was on the phone with her last night talking about, her playing, and the position she's going to be playing. She's going to be playing defensive end, going after that quarterback, and just talking to her, and her calling me at 12:30 in the in the morning, talking about, can you pay my dues already? I can't play if you don't pay, Dad.
See,
And
but
just
what
being
what
able to
what
have a
what's super
conversation.
cool about all of that is, man, that's just an example of what I wanted to do with this whole album. Like, it's a conversation piece. I wanted to be able to sit down and be able to have a conversation with people without me even being there. And hopefully that's what this album do. And hopefully I get to pull those things out of people. We can talk about what people's fears are, their passions are, what they most, I just really want to take people there and have those type of conversations that we're normally not having. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be an amazing thing, and I'm super excited for it. So thank you for even sharing that with me.
Hey, man, no problem. Thank you for coming on and spending some time with me. Real quick, man, before we move past Survive and then move into the actual album uh, itself, let's talk about how it ties into Black History Month, how this song itself ties into Black History Month. How would you say, this particular song itself ties into we're trying to accomplish when it comes to Black History Month.
Yeah, well, really, what I really wanted to make stand out in the song is the injustice and the crime and the violence that's going on, especially with the police officers and the gun violence that's going on in our community. That's why at the end of the song, I said, and as my soul leave, I'm just asking myself, I wonder if this is how Trayvon felt. Will I
Yeah.
survive?
Awesome.
So you have to understand when Trayvon Martin, God rest his soul, and his whole family, and then everybody that's been lost to due to gun violence and everything like that is such an issue right now. And but I had to put myself there as well. And Trayvon Martin, along with others, was an inspiration for the song too, because a lot of the times when this stuff happened, a lot of people just don't die instantly. I know when we hear people die, we don't know what's going on in them last moments when they die. And that's exactly why I made the song, because we don't know. And it's going to be a different story for everybody. So imagine when Trayvon Martin got shot and he was bleeding out at that moment of time.
Mm-hmm.
What is going through his mind as that's happening?
Yeah.
You know, he went out and his family is expecting him to come home. You know, he has his own dreams, he has his own aspirations. So what's going through anybody's mind that when they're in that situation? And I just really thought it could be a beautiful story to tell, a sad story to tell, also a hard story to tell, but most importantly, it's a necessary story to tell. So that's one of the biggest things, especially relating to Black History Month, that I really wanted to point out. Like,
Yeah.
how would you feel if you was in that situation? And that's just something that even in America, we just got to get a hold on. We just got to get a hold on, because we're killing our own, we're killing each other, and when does it stop?
Yeah, for sure. For
When does
sure.
it stop?
Good answer. Good answer. All right, so let's jump into City Blues. Tell me a little about what are we gonna get
Excited.
when I uncovered the envelope and I got my City Blues. Not that people are doing CDs anymore, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you send me a CD, I pull out the CD and pop it in. What am I gonna hear? What are we gonna hear?
Man, you're gonna hear an emotional roller coaster. You're gonna hear the soundtrack to my life. I took this approach with every song being like a different chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I can say is I do get very personal on the song. You're gonna hear some of my biggest fears. You're gonna hear some of my love stories, my love failures. You're gonna hear uh, my battle with my faith. You're gonna hear how I overcome that. You're gonna hear a lot of different things about me. But what I really want people to do is I'm trying to connect to people on a completely different level. Yes, I'm talking a lot about my life and my story, but I try to force that energy to be around the listener as well. So you're gonna hear and learn a lot about me, but in turn, you're gonna listen, and I almost guarantee you're gonna find a lot about yourself too. So I'm really gonna have those conversations and get a chance to talk to you, where one day you can turn around and talk to yourself as well, and get a lot of questions that you might not even have answered for yourself answered. But the reason I did this album, because I wanted to make sure people know that whatever you're feeling, you're not alone. I felt it too. So hopefully this album can play as a substitute and be like a sidekick for people that felt the way I felt. Now it might not hit everybody. It may not, but I know that I was feeling a lot of things, and I couldn't be alone in that process. So it's like I really wanted to put this artwork out there, so people can know that they're not alone, and it's okay to feel those ways. And guess what? You can overcome it, because I did it, and you just heard my story. So I just really wanted to be that.
So is the album basically, you're saying the album is basically created off of the, not necessarily pain, but the emotions that you were going through when you first started it? There was a lot of things going on in your life, and the songs are created based on the emotions that you were dealing with at that time.
Exactly. It's based on all the emotions and on all of it. And the thing is, what I don't want people to think, like it's all a vibe. Everything isn't a sad or a heartfelt story. There's a lot of fun stories. There's a lot of groove stories. There's a lot of. I just really wanted to capture every emotion that I possibly could on this album. Actually, one of the biggest inspirations for this album, honestly, is one of my personal biggest inspirations is Michael Jackson.
Okay.
A lot of people know, a lot of people don't know, but one of the biggest albums ever is what? Do you know?
Thriller.
Thriller, right? Thriller only had 9 songs on it, and every one of those songs was certified
Smash.
smash. And not just from how we feel.
Yeah.
It's a certified smash, chart topping. It's the biggest selling album of all time.
Universal. It's not like
Right.
Yeah.
So I really tried to after I found that, I was like, well, if I'm gonna do a project for the first time, I need to model it after something, and who else better than to model it after the greatest entertainer to me that ever lived, and my inspiration. I even have him tatted on my arm right here. You know what I'm
Hey, I
saying?
just seen that. That's nice.
So I really, if I said I was gonna do something, I said I wanted to do it right, and that was the biggest inspiration that I could pull from. Was the biggest album of all time, and I noticed that Michael Jackson. I looked at, I'm like, well, how many hits did Thriller have? And I saw that he had 9. So anyway, I went to the album. I'm like, well, how many tracks are on the album? And it was
Yeah.
only 9. So
Yep.
that means everything, everything that this man put out for that album will essentially change somebody's life, and that's the kind of approach that I wanted to take.
Yeah.
That's the kind of approach I wanted to take. And I listened to that story, and I heard that Michael told a lot of stories about himself. And even though he told a lot of stories about himself, they were able to relate to so many people. So that was kind of my inspiration behind it. Like, you're gonna learn a lot about me, but in turn, you're gonna learn a lot about yourself.
Awesome.
So that's really how I wanted to do it. So I really tried my best to give that. Me, I even took away certain songs just so I wanted, Michael had 9, so I wanted 9 songs too. You know, that's how I did it. But my album's definitely gonna have 10 tracks because I have an outro, and I can't wait to talk about the outro. But that's how I did the album. That's why I model it after. If I'm gonna do something, I wanted to model it after the best. So I really tried to take that same passion, energy, and emotions. I studied interviews of him and Quincy Jones and everything for years just to kind of try to recreate that feeling. There are certain songs Michael Jackson recorded over 50 times for Thriller, and they end up using the second take from
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? And that's just to show you that you can do things as many times you want, but once you have a certain feeling and you capture that feeling, that's when you know it's right. So I just kept recording this album and kept working through songs until every song felt right. I needed every song to make you feel something different.
That's
And first, it starts with me. If I don't feel it, I can't expect you to feel it. So if I didn't feel it
right.
myself, it wasn't going in.
Yeah, for sure. I got a question for you too, and this is kind of not necessarily on the album. This is more about you as a person. Um, when did you start doing music?
I started doing music professionally. Well, I've been a big fan of music all my life.
Yeah,
Like I said, even going back to Michael Jackson, growing up and watching the videos, wanting to recreate videos and dance and all this other stuff. I started out as a dancer first. A lot of people don't even know that, but I was super serious. I thought I wanted to be like the next biggest choreographer or whatever, but
yeah, yeah.
God work out like that. So I always wanted to dance, and maybe that's because of Michael Jackson too. But I just really wanted to to just do something really really different. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And grab some pull from every inspiration. I don't even know if I even answered the question that you asked me. You know, I'll be talking forever, man. What did you ask me
No,
again?
I just asked when did you start doing music? When I
Oh
mean,
yeah, so
you
I
said you
started kind of
started
recording.
off as a dancer.
Yeah, so I was dancing for a long time, and I started recording probably professionally when I was like 12. I started really actually getting into the studio and trying to construct songs when I was 12, but I've been doing music all of my life, all of my life. And I've been recording for a long time. I've put out a lot of music, but I never put out a project before because
Right.
I felt like everything up to this point now was practice.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
think a lot of artists are afraid to admit that. I feel like they might get caught up into what they're doing now and feel like they're ready now. But I'm telling you, the industry is a different game when you're over there. It's kind of like, look at it like this. It's like playing basketball for, no disrespect to no teams, but who the worst team? Who the worst team right now? Who the worst team right now? What, basketball? I
God,
don't know.
that's yeah.
So
I
let's
mean,
so let's just say the Cavaliers, Cleveland Cavaliers right now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You might be playing basketball and you might be the best person on the Cleveland Cavaliers, but what happens when you go over there and play with Golden State?
yeah,
Are you still as good? And that's what a lot of artists do, and that's what I had to admit to myself I was doing. I got to a point, people are liking my stuff and people are liking what I'm doing, but I'm over here playing with Cavaliers. Then
yeah,
when you go to LA or somewhere, or you go to like bigger platforms and you start competing on that level, you'll see, because you'll see artists that have it,
yeah,
and you'll feel it. So I was like, man, I gotta be better. I gotta come better.
yeah.
And to do that, it's all about starting with yourself, and just really making the necessary changes you got to make for yourself, and working hard at it.
Mm.
But I've been doing music for a long time, and for me to be doing music for a long time to only now have an album,
Yeah.
all this time. It's like everything up to now was practice. So this
Yeah.
album really been in the works my whole life.
Awesome. Awesome. And I got one more question, and then we're gonna check out some tracks, because I want to kind of scroll through a couple of the tracks off the album. Um, you were in the military for 15 years.
15 years, man.
Man, how
Army.
old are you?
Who?
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Man,
I'm
15
33.
years in the military.
Yeah, right out of high school. Right out of high school. I didn't even get to celebrate. As soon as I walked the stage out of high school, I was gone like 4 or 5 days later.
Wow. So you graduated at 16, or when did you
Huh?
graduate? How old were you when you graduated? Like 16, 17 years old or something
I
like
was
that?
17. I was 17 when I graduated.
Jeez, man. How was the army for you?
Man, the army was great. I had the time of my life. I was able to make as much money as I ever had at such a young age. Because come being 18,
Yeah.
back at that time, I think they were giving bonuses and stuff. Man, they gave me like a $8,000 bonus, and back then, if you had $100, you thought you had some money. So
Balling.
so I was 17, 18 with they had shot that money into my account. Then while you're in training, you getting this money every 2 weeks, and you can't touch it because you're in
Yeah.
training. So by the time I got out of training, man, I had like a good $25,000, and I never had that much money in my, especially growing up in
Yeah.
the South Side of Chicago. I never had that much money to myself, and I blew it all, man. But the military was great. I learned a lot. I was able to move up in rank very quick. I got promoted to a sergeant first class, which is an E7. I did that in like 7 years, and that's a lot of people don't even do that. But one of the highlights of my military career, which I even give credit to my music now, was I got an opportunity to perform in what they call the soldier show.
Okay.
In the soldier show, what they do is army wide. They open up an audition army wide.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can audition for it. That's in the army. Anybody from National Guard, reserves to active duty, and everybody shoot their shot and what their talent is, and they pick how many people. I think our year they had about 20 people. They picked Army Worldwide, and thank God I was one of them 20 people. And what they did was they brought us all to a military installation, taught us a 90-minute show, a high energy, fast paced 90-minute show, costume
Yeah.
changes, choreography, vocals and everything. We rehearsed and trained for that for about a good 90 days. Then we did a 90-minute show. We took that all around the world. And I got a chance to do that and perform in some of the craziest and funnest places.
That's cool.
And but how many people get to say they get to join the army and get to live their dream in the army? They get to sing and dance and write and record and do it for a couple of years. So I was really able to feel like I was a nationally touring paid artist for those years. And I just thank the Army for those opportunities. But the Army changed my life. It gave me a lot of opportunities and set me and my family up so I can really do what I have to do. And I'm thankful that I had that. And I'm proud that I've been able to serve this country for so long and do 2 combat tours and make it back safe. And
Yeah.
God bless everybody that did it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to all those people that are serving, and anyone that has served. Appreciate your services for sure. My dad was in the army as well, like we had spoke about before. And
yeah.
so I get it. I understand the life and all
Oh
that.
yeah.
So let's get into a couple of these songs real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick one and you tell me a little bit about it. All right.
Go
So
for it.
I'm gonna start off with, let's go with number 4. I Need You Now.
Oh man. Man, that's one of my favorites, man. That's really one of my favorites. That's the gospel record, and the reason I'm really proud of that song because that's the first song I actually got a chance to not just write and record, but I got a chance to work with 2 of the most amazing vocalists that I've ever had a chance to work with. And I was able to arrange this song, and I never really got a chance to do that. So really, even everything down to the beat, got a chance to work with a great San Antonio artist or producer for the beat, and I was able just to reconstruct that and work with these singers and just really just vibe off of it. But it just pretty much talks about the relationship with God. It talks about that struggle and why you might not believe as much, and you get to kind of hear my story a bit, why I kind of lost my way and what got me back to that way. So I really had to strip myself down from everything and ask God to kind of help me. That's why the song is called "I Need You Now."
Yes.
Because what I had to do, this is what happened. I was really going through a lot with my faith. I was struggling a lot with my faith. And to be honest, to be 100% honest, I was like, I don't know if I'm a believe in God. I don't know if I need to be a Buddhist. I don't know if I'm a what. I don't know what's going on, but I was just kind of lost. And maybe it's because I was caught up in so much of my life and what was going on, and I wasn't giving glory the right way or to God at all. And it caught up with me. But pretty much, I was in a really lost space. And one of my friends, they asked me, they were like, "Well, you say you want a better relationship with God. Well, have you ever just asked him?" They was like, "No, don't just ask. Like, really ask him. Like, ask him with your heart. Get on your knees, look up, open your arms, do whatever you got to do, but make yourself vulnerable and open your heart up to God and ask him to help you. And if you ask him sincerely with your heart, he's gonna show you the way." He was like, "It's that simple." He was like, "So you going through all this stuff and trying to figure it out," but he was like, "If you ask for what you want, he'll give it to you."
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that. So one night, you know what I'm saying, when I was by myself, you know what I'm saying, my girl wasn't here, my kids wasn't here. So I started to get down on my knees and I started to ask God to help me. But you know what? As I was getting on my knees, I kept standing back up. Because every time I started to get lower and start to open myself up, I started to get, I don't know why, but I started to get really nervous. I started to get really uncomfortable and something couldn't allow me to do it. But that was me fighting my own self. You know what I mean? So I just really tried to man up and was like,
Yeah.
you got to do this. And this whole time I'm having a conversation like God, I don't know, you know. But anyway, throughout the process, I built up the courage to actually do it. And I got on my knees and I looked up and I asked God, I need your help. And if I need something now, see, that's the type, I need to see stuff. I need to feel stuff now. And I know a lot of people are like that, but it don't necessarily work like that all the time. But I'm like, look, God, if we gonna have this relationship, I ain't trying to dictate how you do things. But if you gonna help me, I need to know. I need to see it. I need to feel it. I need it now. I need you right now. I need you to figure this out. Show me something. Come talk to me or something. Cause right now I'm lost. So, and that's what I did. So I prayed to God and I talked to him like, hey, I need you now. And I'm like, if this is gonna work, if any time to save me, save me now. And pretty much that's exactly what he did. As soon as I had that conversation, the very next day, I started talking to people. People started calling me that I haven't talked to in a long time. My oldest daughter, who wasn't living with me at first, she started to come live. It's just a lot of stuff, great stuff that started to happen into my life. Job opportunities, and it's not like, I'm not saying that those are the most important things, but pretty much what I'm saying is if you open your eyes and you open your heart, God will show you that He's around, even when you don't know that He's around.
Yeah.
So all these things just start to open up and flourish into my life, and some of the best things is to start to happen because of that. And I can't thank God enough, because I don't think that those things would have happened without having those conversations.
Ooh, speak on it for sure.
So that's pretty much where that's exactly why the song is titled I Need You Now. And it comes from a conversation with God. Like, if this is gonna happen, I need you. I need you right now. And that's all it took. And people think it takes a whole bunch of stuff. All it is having a conversation. It's about having a relationship. And once you understand that you can just have a relationship with God, the type of relationship you want, everybody think that their relationship has to be dictated by how other people feel, and it don't. What I recommend for everybody is build your own personal relationship with God. And He's going to talk to you the way He needs to talk to you. He's going to communicate with you the way He wants to communicate with you, because everybody's different. And thank God He gave me this gift, and He was able to communicate with me through music. And it's my job now to put it out into the world. So I'm not putting out my work. This is God's work I'm putting out, because He put this on my heart to put out. So that's why I says it's vital. I'm not trying to make viral music. I'm here to make vital music.
Yeah.
I need to be important. I need to be important to your soul, because that's the time we're in right now.
Yeah.
I really had to, like, we had a conversation the other day. I said I had to read the room with this album. Now, if you read the room, not just read the room for me, what's going on in my life, read the room, what's going on in Black community, and what's going on with all of our lives. Yeah. Like, I just didn't feel comfortable with putting out a certain project, saying certain things. I felt like we needed to have other conversations, like God, and about family, and about love, and about the pain and the struggles. And I know that's in a lot of music, but I just really tried to sonically do it a different way.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Dang. Okay, well, let's get into this. I got two more songs that we're going to talk about. I know you're getting pressed for time, so let's go ahead and try and speed this up a little bit. Love is a Drug. Tell me a little bit about this song.
Man, love is a drug.
All right. It so is.
Love is a drug, man. So it really comes from a time of of just being in a place where you just need a connection with something.
Mhm.
You need a connection with something. And when you find the person that you have that connection with, it's like the perfect marriage between two things. Like me and my girlfriend, I'm hot and I'm super hot.
Yeah.
It's like night and day with her. I'm hot and she's cold. But when we bring it together, it makes the perfect temperature of water.
Hey.
So that's what pretty much Love is a Drug is about. It's like merging two loves and bringing them into one. And how that love can get you so high, it'll take you to a different place. So it acts as a serve of a drug, and it's just a really cool conversation.
Hey man, if that song is as good as you say it is right now, that one might be on repeat in my car today.
It might be, but man, also it's Love is a Drug is also a metaphor for something. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what the metaphor is. It's a surprise. That's for a different
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
red circle talk.
Yes, that's a different talk. That's not
It's for a
circle
different red
talk.
circle talk. But you know what I'm saying?
13
It's
around here.
definitely it's definitely a marriage of two different things. You know what I'm saying? This is a pride. I don't want to say what it is, but it's a marriage of two different things, and how that love can elevate you and take you to another level. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a metaphor for something different. You know what I mean? So, but when you hear it, you have to hear it to understand.
All
Well,
right.
we got some time. What else we got? What else we got?
All right, so the third one, I went ahead and picked this third one because we're actually gonna have Kiari Moon on next month. So
Okay.
let's talk about One Night. Tell me.
Oh man, that's the first true ballad I think I've ever had
Mhm.
out of all of my music. So anyway, I got this song, and me and Kiari had the opportunity to work with each other on his album,
Mhm.
and it was such a dope process that I said when it's my turn, I gotta have you again, man. So anyway, I heard this beat. I knew I wanted to get him on something that because he has a very special voice, like. Kiari's voice is out of this world. And shout out to Kiari and everything he's doing right now. He was even featured on The Voice for this season, and we're
Yeah.
super proud of him. That's
Mhm.
just an amazing talent, amazing person to work with. But I had this song and I sent it right to him. I'm like, Kiari, I didn't even want to just fully go ahead and start writing it because I know how Kiari is, man. I know I wanted 100% Kiari, man. So I heard this song, this beat, and I'm like, I gotta have him on it. So I'm talking to the producer, like, hey, I got this one guy that I have to get on this. So I sent it to him, and he was like, I love it. He was like, I love it. He was like, let me play around with it, and I think I got something. I'm like, cool. This first thing he sent back I love. And I'm like, oh man. So he pretty much wrote the basis for the hook for that song, man. I can't be more proud of that song and to have him drive it like that. And I already knew what I wanted to talk about as soon as I heard it. So anyway, after I heard how he came on it and what I did to it, I
Mhm.
just felt like we needed one more element to it. Like Kiari has a crazy range to his voice, and I
Yeah.
also, yeah, he can really take it up there. That's why I can't wait for you to hear the songs. At the end of that song, he really takes it to a whole nother level.
Oh, yeah.
But to kind of smooth it out, I had the chance to work with another amazing R&B artist. It goes by the name of Tylee the Godson. So he kind of plays like the lower, smoother role in the
Yeah.
song with his vocals. So I just really wanted to highlight a lot of strong male leads on the song. And you know what actually gave me the inspiration was, I don't know, like growing up, what song was that? Man, you might know. What was that where what could a brother do? What was that? The Best Man?
Best man, yeah.
It was,
Best
have
man.
you ever
Yeah,
seen The
that's
Best
it. That's
Man?
it.
And you remember that video where it was all the males, it was Genuine, Tyrese,
Yep.
all of them. They did that one song, Help Me Be the Best Man. I can't sing
Yeah,
like that.
it's from the
But
movie The Best Man.
yeah.
It's called
So
The
I
Best
don't
Man.
know. So watching that video, I just thought it was so, even though they were singing about something else, I just thought it was so much power and strength to see all those males, strong male leads come together like that and do something so powerful like that. So I always kind of envisioned something like that. So this song, I was like, I don't want no female vocals or anything. I was like, I just want all strong males that I kind of looked up to and that inspired me. So I'm happy we were able to come together and do it. And what was crazy is like Tylee and Kiari never had a chance to meet each other. I had to kind of put all this together myself. So, and they've never even heard it all together yet. So I can't wait for everybody to hear it all put together. I wanted it to be a surprise. So One
Oh,
night
so
is
they didn't get to hear the final product of the song?
nope. I didn't want them to. I
Wow,
didn't
that's
want
cool.
so they never heard themselves together on a song at the same time. Kiari heard his part with me, Tylee heard his part with me, but they've never heard it all together, and it's beautiful. It's
That's
so
awesome.
beautiful. But it just pretty much talks about uh being in love, and if you can have somebody only for one night, who would you want that to be, and how would you want to spend the night, and that level of love, because you guys may or may not ever see each other again. So even if this was to last, or if it was not to last, can we make tonight special and focus on the now and focus on us today? Because I know a lot of people get caught up in the tomorrow and the yesterday, but if you focus on that love right now, and take that love every day, the next day, and the next day, that's pretty much what I wanted people to get from the song. So if it's only for one night, let me love you to this level. And hopefully this level can turn into a lifetime.
Oh,
If not, we understand. But hopefully I can love you today, and I can love you harder tomorrow, and harder the next day,
yeah.
and harder the next day. And if we keep that focus, starting from that one night, we'll be in a better place.
Awesome. Man. All right. So this is pretty much well, this is the second to last question. Last question should be pretty simple for you, but here I am. I'm a record label. I've never met you before. I heard
Yeah.
about you from talk word of mouth around town. Is this guy Micky Waves is coming out with a new album?
Yeah.
With a little bit of buzz. I call you into my office. Why should I choose you?
When was the last music or artist that forced you to listen to that song with your heart? When's the last time you've been really moved by music? You haven't, because a lot of music now that substance is gone. But I'm here to tell you now that substance is back. Is back. And one thing that I can say about me, I don't sound like anybody else. When you watch my videos, I won't look like anybody else. There's been a long time since I've had an artist that made me feel like when you listen to it, you are either there or you can visually picture everything. That's why I'm doing a video to each song, because it's a visual album. Before you even see a video, you can depict your own images in your head, and it can tell a whole different movie for you in your head before you even see a visual. So my visuals are extra. So it's really about when has been the last time you felt that. And that's pretty much what I want to do, because I wanted to put out something that I haven't felt in a long time.
Okay. So my last question for you, man. And I mean, it's 10:53. Got things you got to do, and so I don't want to keep you from that. But what's your goals for 2021, man? The album.
Take over everything, man. And I know that's subjective, but what that means for me is really to get people to listen. I already know I don't have the biggest following, or I don't have the biggest views and all the other stuff. But one thing I've always envisioned is having a smaller following, but a strong one. I definitely want people to listen to this music and internalize it, and hopefully I can change lives. That's the plan. It's not about me anymore. It stopped being about me. It's about everybody else. It's like, what stamp do I want to leave in this world? What mark do I want to leave? And this is just one of the first marks of many.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I'm excited. 2021. We're gonna get to feel something again. And that's all I really want. My success has already happened. That's what I'm saying. It's not for me anymore. I already won just by hearing some of the few messages that I've received already. Just from posting some of the pictures I've posted, some of the videos I've put out. I'm having a lot of personal conversations with people, and it's a blessing to have them. I'm just thankful people are trusting me with these conversations and getting these emotions and these feelings. So I've already won. I don't need a Grammy or a plaque or a number one anything. I just need people to internalize this and feel something, even if they never tell me, even if they listen to it once and don't listen to it again. That time that you do listen, I need you to feel something, and hopefully you can apply it to your life and become even a better person. It's not about me anymore. It's about us. So that's what we got for 2021.
Hey, man. Well, hey, shoot. I appreciate you spending a little time with me.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard. I told you it'd be easy.
You ready, man? I'm ready.
So, guys, officially, we are 5 minutes from the album release. On all platforms. Obviously, if you have iTunes, you can go and listen to it right now.
Well, 2:00 Central Time. So we like about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, because it's 2:00. Well, Well, oh no, it's 1 o'clock here.
Yeah,
Dang, we are an
man.
hour out.
Yeah, yeah. You're
Dang.
right
Hey,
there,
y'all about
bro.
to,
About an hour out. About an
we
hour
about
out.
an hour out. Y'all
Okay.
ready? I hope y'all ready, man, because we're
If you
about to
guys
celebrate.
if you guys want to get the sneak peek, make sure you guys go over to iTunes, check it out. If you're not checking it out on iTunes, make sure you check it on all platforms at 2 Central Standard Time, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, and there's no cursing on the album at all. You can take this album, you can listen to it with your kids, you can listen to it with your mom, you can listen with your grandma, you can listen to it with your loved one.
Yeah.
Just celebrate with me, really get in tune and really listen and really not just listen to the album, but talk about the album. It's a conversation piece. It's a conversation piece and learn something. And I can't wait to hear what y'all get from it. And I'm excited.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. This was an excellent interview. I'm so glad you chose me out of
Man,
all of the others. You chose me. You know what I'm saying? When you told me that you had been getting these responses from everybody that that wasn't necessarily like you, and then I came along and you was like, I'm gonna give him a shot. I was like, oh
yeah,
man,
man.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
that, man. I really
Well,
do.
we have fun, man, and we have fun. And I just appreciate the opportunity, man. You got a great platform, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. I know this is the one talk of many that we're gonna have.
Oh yeah, no question, no question. I'm actually once we get off of off online, I'm gonna get your information. I'm gonna actually send you one of the shirts, and I'm also gonna send you one of our Circle Talk mugs.
What? I'm getting merch. See, man, for all you other podcasters out there, he's giving me gifts. You know what I mean? So when I come to y'all stations or when I do this virtually with y'all, I better be getting something. I'm just playing. Nah, I just playing. I love y'all,
That's
man.
just how we get down. We appreciate the people that come and spend time with us and share their lives with us. Because I mean, we all got busy schedules. You know what I'm saying? We all have people that come to us and say they're going to do something, and then when you show up, they don't do it. And so for me, I'm a man of my word. I'm trying to create something major and not be minor. I want to be worldwide. I don't want to be just local. So that's why
Definitely.
I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, time out. Wasn't the wife supposed to get on? What
What's
happened?
that?
Wasn't your wife supposed to get on?
My wife?
Yeah.
She's still in the bathroom, bro. What you mean?
Oh no. Oh no.
I ain't married, but yeah, she was supposed to get on.
Well, your girl saying,
Yeah.
well, she a wife today because she didn't get on.
She in the bathroom though. But it's all
Still, dog. Hey, I told you, my girl, she be in the bathroom for like ever. So I get it.
told you. I said that. I said, watch. She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it.
Nah, man, but I
already
gotta get out of here,
that.
man. But thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
This is awesome. This was great.
yeah, no
The
problem.
album will
Thank
be
you.
out everywhere in the next hour.
Yeah.
Y'all enjoy it, love it, internalize it, feel it, because it's gonna be something special. And I'm just grateful God used me as a vessel to be able to tell these stories.
Amen.
So thank you. Thank
Amen.
you.
Amen.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys. So on behalf of the Circle Talk, it's your boy DH, Micky Waves in the building. Album out in an hour. Make sure you guys check it out. All right. We are done for the day. We will see you guys next week with Miss Jessica Ball Rossman. This is Circle Talk. We are over and done.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful rest of your day.
All right, man.
Peace.